a 12-round unanimous decision over the legendary Manny Pacquiao. Errol Spence is off a big layoff. His last victory was at the AT&T Stadium against Danny Garcia, where he edged out a unanimous decision victory. So a lot of questions coming into this bout. Spence is coming off an eye injury that forced him to pull out of the Manny Pacquiao fight last year, which is why Yordenis Ugas is a champion today, because he got the call to take on Pacquiao, and he won the fight. So this is a big fight, man. We're going to see if Errol Spence is the same dude that was knocking guys out coming up. He hasn't scored a knockout since the Ocampo fight in summer of 2018. Stay tuned. I know, bro. I'm good.
Yeah, I'll call him real quick and see where he's at. Which one?
One across the street. Is that his dad?
Where is it? It's a Maserati.
I know. It looks like and you call them because these guys are going live on the stream and they want a time. They need 2 minutes. Like if he's pulling up, they want to get him coming in, but Ray's got to start before then. I don't want to hold him in the sun.
It's been a long time. So he needs to let me know what, we 5 minutes out?
Yeah. Tell him there's tons of people. It's like the old days.
Right.
Yeah, it was a really nice area. It was a gated community. Okay. He must have been here.
I know, he knows what you're calling. What time is it?
The address is plain out.
All we need to do is a trade, which for him is 242. Right? Go get your 80%.
I fly from Chicago to Dallas.
My name Alex Holly.
All right, man. What division you fighting?
147. I'm an amateur.
Oh, you're an amateur?
Yeah, amateur. 147.
Say your name one more time. We're live on FightHype.
My name Alex Holly. I'm number 2 in the country at 147.
Okay, what's your skill set? What do you do good in the ring?
I do good. I do a lot of things good in the ring. I mean, I got good footwork.
What's your
move my
style?
hands. I feel like I come forward, but when I can back up, I can do it all.
That's what's up, man. How do you want to go down? How do you want your name remembered in the sport?
Just to be, how do I want my name to be remembered in the sport? I want to be undisputed.
Undisputed?
Undisputed.
What's up, man? Hey, nice going.
Thank you.
You can talk to us and we go to Gotcha.
They pick it up and the naked eye doesn't. That's why you do what you do and I do what I do. I didn't even notice that first.
How you doing? Good to see you.
3 world titles on the line, just the 12 and 9. In welterweight history, that the welterweight division will be unified to 8 to 3. You can watch the action live on Saturday, April 16th on Showtime Sports pay-per-view. It all comes your way from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. And here's a man who is main eventing for the 3rd time, the only fighter to have such a distinction. I'm talking about the WBC and the IBF welterweight champion of the world, Errol Spence Jr. Errol, welcome back. How are you feeling as we are just over 2 weeks away until you collide against Yordenis Ugas?
Feel good, man. I'm ready to go, man. Very excited. Trying hard and focused 100%. I'm ready to put on the show.
Now, you have been away from the ring for about 16 months. You had a layoff of about 13 to 14 months your first time. What is it like? I mean, is it easier to deal with the layoff this time, or does it not matter to you?
It was easier this time because, you know, there was a lot, you know, stress on my body. I've been accident the first time, so the second time was a little bit much easier, and I already knew what to expect, and I already been training and focused, so I'm ready to go.
So what is it like in terms of this preparation for Yordenis Ugas? If you move this way, Errol, by all means, but what has this training camp been like for you, preparing for someone who's as tricky as Yordenis Ugas? He comes from the Cuban School of Boxing. He's 12-1 since he reunited with one Ismael Salas, and he made his return to the ring back in August of 2016. What's training camp been like?
Training camp been great. They have a great sparring partners, man. Been training hard, been 100% focused. Got nutritionists and things like that to make it easier with the weight cut, so everything been good.
You are beloved here in your home state of Texas. What is it like, once again, having your name and the top of the marquee at AT&T Stadium in Arlington? You're a diehard Cowboys fan, and for the 3rd time, you're making that ring walk yet again.
Mr. Dreams come true, man. Just be fighting at home in front of my organic fans, and you know everybody coming out to see me fight. So everybody's gonna wear their Sunday's best, and you know they spend their time and their money to come watch me. So I gotta put on a great show and a great performance just to show my gratitude.
What are you hoping this performance does and sets to the rest of the welterweight division?
Right, give him the mic.
I'm not hoping to say anything. Like I said, you know, my performance alone is gonna, you know, send a statement to everybody in boxing, and I have 3 belts, so you know what that means.
All right. Well, Errol, we appreciate the time. We look forward to watching you work out. We'll talk with you after your workout, because I have some interesting questions in regards to what I heard from yesterday from Ismael Salas and Yordenis Ugas.
Okay, thank you.
Errol, the True Spence Jr. getting ready to work out here as we are in Dallas, Texas. Just to run down the pay-per-view that you are going to see. We'll start off on Showtime Sports coming up on Saturday, April 16th on Showtime Championship Boxing. You will see Brandon Lee matching up against Zachary.
Let the locals go first, you guys, okay? Boxing guys, let the locals go first, please. They're right there behind you. Don't block their shot. All right, come on. TV guys, come on up. Local TV guys first. All right, who's asking questions?
Ready to go?
You guys ready?
How do you feel about your preparations so far? How's the training going?
I'm feeling good, man. Training is going great. Great shape, training hard, 100% focused, and I'm ready to go.
Talk about you just did fighting at this stadium again, and how special that is and how much that means to you.
Man, it's definitely special to be fighting at home and pack out the AT&T Stadium. You know, I feel like, you know, that's huge, and fight in front of my friends and my family and everybody coming out to support me. So it's going to be a great night, and just to show my gratitude, I'm going to put on a great performance. Like I said, I don't take tune-up fights. I didn't want a tune-up fight. I wanted to fight, you know, one of the best fighters out there. And he had something for me to gain because he has a belt. So I'm going out there to get his belt, and then I have 3 belts. It's a little different, just seeing all the familiar faces in the crowd and, you know, everybody cheering you on and knowing that you're fighting at home. For me, you know, it's not pressure fighting at home. I enjoy it, and I bring it on because, you know, it's a lot of gratification fighting at home, and a lot of people don't get that. Like, they fight at small venues, but they don't fight at stadiums. So I love it.
Who's your little helper here?
This is my daughter, Violet. She's shy.
How old is she?
She's 5.
She helped you train?
Nah, she don't help me train, but she definitely motivates me.
How so?
Just, when I'm tired or, I'm exhausted, and I want to stop, I'll go over there and I'll look at them and, it just shows me what I'm fighting for and, what I'm training for and knowing that I can't quit, even after, my injury with my car accident, I feel like, they gave me the strength to keep pushing and keep striving and, keep coming to the gym, especially when some days, I wanted to stop, but I realized, if I stop, that'd be something to tell them when they get older. It'd be like, well, my dad stopped when they got hard, and I didn't want to be that person. My perspective changed a lot. Just, how you treat life and, the things you value in life and, just your perception on life and, not every day is promised. When you're young, you think you're invincible, and until something happens, and then you realize you're not invincible. So I just cherish this moment and enjoy being with my kids and with my family and my close friends, and make every day count.
Take advantage of opportunities like this one.
Huh?
Take advantage of an opportunity like this one.
Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Errol, you realize it's been 10 years since the Olympics.
Trying to make me feel old.
Is it crazy to think that 10 years later you're still here, doing it professionally and doing your home and what does it mean to you?
Man, it means a lot, man. It's longevity. Being on top for 10 years. And still, doing your best to your abilities, and people still support you. Like I remember you, 10 years ago. So, it's been a great process, and I'm enjoying it while it's here.
Good.
Nutritionist, how was this camp different from those of the past?
We're going to get in the ring in a minute.
It's been a lot different from the past. Not drinking that much water and, not eating the right foods and, basically my nutritionist, tell me what foods to eat. He prepares the foods for me. Make sure I'm drinking enough water and making sure, I'm not feeling sluggish and things like that. So just giving everything that my body needs in training camp.
Errol, come April 16, you come out victorious, provided you come out victorious on the 16th. Only belt that's going to be remaining is the WBO. Obviously, we know who has that, Terrence Crawford. That'll be obviously the next fight that's going to occur.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that fight done, but, right now the only way that fight can be done if I beat Ugás. So that's what I'm 100% focused on. It's only, 2.5 weeks on a fight, and then after that, then we can discuss Terrence Crawford.
Now you have Derek James in your corner. Obviously, he studies the fighters. You obviously as well watches the fights. Been many critics saying that Ugás has been improved a lot in his previous fights. What do you have to say to that?
I don't have nothing to say to it. I mean, it's 2 weeks left. He's improved. We'll see come April 16.
Errol, real quick, is there a rematch clause for this fight? And what do you think of Ugás' performance against Sean Porter? A controversial moment in the 12th. Did you think he knocked down Porter in that 12th?
I don't know if he knocked down Sean Porter or not, but I mean, it was a close fight. Could have went either way. I don't know who won the fight. Sometimes when I watch it, I think Ugás won. I may watch it again and think Sean Porter won. So it was a super close fight. So I don't know.
Is there a rematch clause?
I don't know.
Coming out of your accident, you took on Danny Garcia, which was a surprise to a lot of people, being a former world champion, and you handled him pretty easily. How much better do you feel coming into this fight after that performance?
I feel great. I feel like, coming from that performance, it was a lot of, wear and tear on my body from the accident, and I allowed myself to recover, but I don't think I allowed myself to recover enough. So I think I had a lot more recovery time, and I feel great. I feel like my old self, and I'm ready to go.
How much does having a nutritionist, I know you've always tried to do it on your own, but how much having a nutritionist help you, and can you see yourself staying at 147 a lot longer with a nutritionist?
I don't know, but it helped me a lot. It take a lot of pressure out of me, and I just let him do what he do, and he's one of the best in the game. It got me drinking water, it got me eating right, basically getting everything that my body needs to prepare for this fight and get ready for this fight. So just a smart thing about me just to get nutrition down, let him handle it, especially with me getting older.
Errol, a while back, the guy who's fighting Jermell Charlo for the undisputed super welterweight title, Brian Castano, in an interview that I had with him, told me that in your guys' amateur bout that he knocked you down twice. Is that true?
Nah, he never knocked me down. No.
Let me ask you this, Earl. You know, in boxing, you know, the thing that gets a lot of people excited, man, is the trash talk. And I know that in the recent weeks, you know, with Blair Cobbs obviously having his name, your name in his mouth, we saw what happened. Do you feel that in boxing it's something that's missing? I mean, it was definitely something that went viral, but, you know, for a fighter like yourself, you do your talking in the ring and you're a showman. But do you think that boxing is missing that as far as the antics, the trash talking to kind of build up fights?
I don't think so. I mean, of course you're going to have some people that do that, but, you know, I'm not the person that does it. I mean, if somebody say something to me, I definitely say something back. But I'm not the guy to just, you know, antagonize somebody because at the end of the day, we're going to get in the ring, we're going to fight. So it doesn't matter what you say to them. That's how I feel about it.
Errol, what are your thoughts on possibly going up to 154? You know, that's also been rumored that possibly after this 147, once you conquer it, given the time, you plan on going to 154?
Yeah, I plan on moving. I mean, there's nobody that really just stayed at, you know, one weight their whole career. So, you know, I'm definitely gonna move up. I just don't know when.
I remember when you were like 12-0, you wanted to fight Keith One-Time Thurman, and you told me back then he thought he was the big bad wolf, and he wouldn't fight you. Is now kind of payback from how he treated you back then?
Nah, it's not any payback at all. I have no reason to fight him. What he has for me to fight, I mean, he's a good fighter, you know, much respect to him and his fighting skills and things like that. But, you know, there's other bigger fish to fry at 147.
We watched the Pacquiao Ugás fight tape, and has Ugás gotten better?
No, I didn't watch it. I watched it live, you know, so I didn't watch it again. You know, I thought, you know, it was more Pacquiao being a shell of himself than anything.
You still regret not getting that fight? I know when I saw you soon after, you were still kicking yourself for the payday.
I mean, I don't regret it. You know, I feel like, you know, everything happens for a reason. So, I mean, if I would have fought him, I probably would have, you know, been blind in his eye and would have lost my career. You know, so everything happened for a reason. I got to just take the punches and just roll with it.
Let me ask you this, Earl. And currently right now in boxing, we're seeing a new wave. We're seeing a lot of younger generation fighters that seem to be taking, as far as less amount of monies, taking a little bit more risk to chase glory. What is your initial thoughts when you see that? You know, Shakur Stevenson, for example, him and Oscar Valdez, Devin Haney versus Kambosos. It appears as if they seem to be risking it all in order for them to, you know, get the unifications, get the titles that they want. What is your initial thoughts when it comes to that?
Much respect to them. I mean, them dudes are, you know, 23, 24 years old. You know, if they lose, you know, they can come right back and, you know, win more titles and things like that. You know, for, you know, guys like me, you know, we 33, 32, things like that. So time is not on our side. So, you know, for us, it's you know, of course it's about the legs and things like that, but it's about the payday too.
For your Latino fans that are going to be there, April 16th supporting you, a message to them. What would you, Latino fans that are going to be supporting you. You have a big fan from the Hispanic community, especially in Mexico. They're going to be there supporting you. April 16th, message for them.
Thank you, man. That means a lot. And, you know, I feel like they are Texas. I mean, they are the population. So, I mean, I thank them for them coming to support me. I'm going to put on a great show and great performance. And it's going to be an amazing fight, just like they like.
Errol, last one.
There's fans that say that Yordenis Ugas, Cuban slick style is tailor-made for you and for what you like to do. What do you have to say about that?
I mean, I don't have nothing to say. We'll see when we get in the ring.
Errol, last one. I'm curious to know your opinion about Deontay Wilder. Do you think he should continue his career? You know, 2 tough losses to Tyson Fury.
Man, I think you've been trying to get something this whole time I've been interviewing, man. You got to chill.
Thank you.
I'm curious, but he's always been pro Wilder.
He's here for his training day for his fight, so you just kind of
Excuse me, bro.
Paul, Power, first became champion, 2000. Spence looked very focused, locked in. This could mean trouble for Ugas. Footwork.
Look out, boy.
Work out, Phil. You know that way. Damien, what you
on sale right now. Kansas City fight. Watch Showtime, pay-per-view, premier boxing champion, Errol Spence Jr, Yordenis Ugas. It's gonna be powerful. Great undercard, a lot of belts on the
Errol Spence Jr. preparing for his matchup against Yordenis Ugas. On Saturday, April 16th, presented by Ugás Champions by
Mike in the building. What's good with you, Craig Mike? Oliver Williams, what's good? Again, tickets, TP.com, or the pay-per-view, SHOWTIME PPV. Errol Spence Jr. That way. That way. boy. Nando, what's good with you, big baby? Because Boxing Nation. Live. Good workout.
How much are you looking forward to April 16th at AT&T Stadium against Yordenis Ugas?
I've been looking forward since, I dropped out from the backyard fight. I knew I was going to play 1 and 2 in the backyard. Ugás. So I got Ugás. Ugás, a tough champion. He's the guy that, been through a lot in his life and then went through it and he's a champion now. So he's living the American dream. He want to keep the American dream. So, his challenge is beat me. I want to get the other belt, so I have 3 belts. Hopefully we can go for the ultimate goal. That could be undisputed champion of the world.
Now, you could have easily taken a tune-up fight after a 16-month layoff. You had an eye injury that derailed those plans to fight Manny Pacquiao back in August. But now you're fighting Yordenis Ugas. That's not an easy fight whatsoever. Why did you decide to right away jump into the fray and fight another welterweight champion of the world in Yordenis Ugas?
Well, I'm going to say, I did have, 2 career-ending injuries. So I feel like I'm on borrowed time right now. So, I can't just sit around and fight a tune-up fight and then, God forbid something may happen or anything like that. So, send me straight in with the sharks, I feel like we will be a tough fighter. When he's going to come to fight, he's going to push me to that level, and that's why I wanted in training camp and everything. One opponent that's going to push me, because I knew if I fight in tune-up or anything like that, like I could, sneak snacks in and I even, do other stuff. So, I'm not fighting somebody that I feel like that's on my level. I'm fighting somebody who's on my level, so I'm 100% prepared.
What kind of challenges does Yordenis Ugas pose to you?
From what, from what I heard, he's physical. From what I've seen, I know that he's very tough. And even with, when he fought Sean Porter, he was waving Sean Porter like, come on, like, he's pumped up. So he's a guy that got that fighting spirit inside him. So, he's definitely going to give it his all and try the best.
Derek James told me when I asked him about how you're feeling physically, your eye, he goes, we're not even thinking about that whatsoever. How are you feeling physically?
I'm feeling great. Like, I've been sparring, being great rounds in, and putting in a lot of work, and, nothing's been wrong with my eye at all. I've been feeling good. It's actually stronger than the other one, so, I just got to be just 100% on point and make sure that, I don't get hit curly shots and things like that.
Ismael Salas, the head trainer of Yordenis Ugas, told me yesterday that he saw a difference in your fight against Danny Garcia compared to that of Sean Porter. And I asked him to clarify those comments. He said that you are a different fighter. He sees a difference between what we saw out of you in September of 19 and what you saw of you in December of 2020 against Danny Garcia. He doesn't think you're the same guy. How do you respond to those comments?
Shit, hey, this fighter fight Sean Porter and get in a car accident and fight a year and a half after that and fight a top level fighter to see is he the same fighter or not. So we're gonna be the same after just a year and a half layoff and getting thrown from the car. So I wasn't the same fighter, but like I said, even after me, mostly top guys at the top level. So I feel great now, I feel 100% and everything in my body is on point and feeling real rested. So if you think I'm different, then we'll see in 2.5 weeks how different I am.
What do you think the difference is going to be in the fight against Yordenis Ugas? With against Ugas, what do you think the difference is going to be? Your ring IQ, your body punching. What do you think the difference is going to be?
Everything. I got it all. I got everything. So whatever he can bring to the table, whatever he try to muster up with me, try to fight. I can box, I can bang, I can do it all. I can jab, I can move, I can punch. I can sit on the inside, all that. So, I'm with anything that he would. I'm going to dictate the pace and I'm going to control everything. And I'm going to make it to my fight.
Assuming all goes according to plan against Yordenis Ugas and you have your hand raised on Saturday, April 16th on SHOWTIME PPV at AT&T Stadium, is a matchup against Terrence Crawford in the near future?
I think so. I'm hopeful that, it can happen. I had 3 belts. He had 3 belts. So, that'll be the ultimate goal. And I feel like that'll be the biggest fight in sports, for the undisputed crown and us 2 top 5, best pound fighters in the world. So, I think that's a huge fight, especially us in our prime. I think, it's going to be a great fight. And so, I'm hoping that can happen. But like I said, not looking past Ugás at all. That's my main priority. That's the guy that, I got to look at because if I got to beat him to get Terrence Crawford or anybody else, So I want to get the third belt and, become undisputed. So that's my ultimate goal. So I got to get past the test. I'm not looking past Ugás at all.
If Yordenis Ugas is watching this right now, what message do you want to tell him? As we are just over 2 weeks away until you both step inside the ring at AT&T Stadium.
I got nothing to say to him. 2.5 weeks left trying to contract. It's fight time, man. I got nothing to say to him. It's 2.5. You already know it's kind of humble. Everybody know how I fight. Everybody know what I do. I'm looking for an excellent, one-sided, great fight. And I'm going to put on the great show, work in front of my fans and family. On the great show like I always do.
Errol, thanks so much for the time. We look forward to seeing you during Fight Week in a few weeks.
Thank you.
The WBC and IBF Welterweight Champion of the World, Errol Spence Jr. We appreciate you joining us here on the Showtime Sports YouTube page. Don't miss it. Saturday, April 16th, AT&T Stadium, Arlington, Texas, on Showtime pay-per-view, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific time. Watch this man, Errol Spence Jr. put 2 of his titles on the line against Yordenis Ugas, who has 1 title on the line. 3 world titles will be up for grabs on Saturday, April 16th. So long from Dallas, Errol Spence Jr., determined, shredded, and ready to go. Don't miss it in 2 weeks' time. Thanks, Errol. Appreciate it, man. You can make a show.
All right, so look, I want you to shadow box into my phone and then say, hey, Stephen A, I'm coming for you soon because you're going to be on the show.
Hey, Stephen A, I'm coming for you soon.
Thank you.
Good job.
Pro 27-0, the A-side fighter, Mr. Errol Spence Jr. How we doing? Just finished up the workout. Which belt feels better for you? It has more experience. Red belt or blue? Facing Yordenis Ugas right here in the backyard, April 16th, going for the 3rd belt, man. Would that have more meaning for you than any of the 2 belts you come
Definitely not, man. It's on the journey, so, all the stuff means the most to me. So, I feel like it's not going to be nothing. I don't get them all, so I want all of this.
Any less satisfaction that you don't have to face a match with Pacquiao because Pacquiao lost to Ugas and obviously to Ugas. Aside from yourself, if your name wasn't in the hat, who's the #1 pound-for-pound boxer in the sport? Canelo Alvarez, obviously from the mixed martial arts world, #1 pound-for-pound. He wants to fight with him. If that fight ever was to happen, does he have a better chance than, let's say, Conor ever did against Floyd Monday?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It was my tough.
So what fight happened? You want to finish though? Would it come down to a decision? How would it all go down?
I don't know, but I never,
Certainly is. Can we get a final message for all the true fans out there worldwide going down right here from April 16th, Jerry World Cowboys Stadium?
Exactly what you said. Take it to see Cowboys Stadium.
Man of many meaningful words. He's the pro on the show. The true Dallas, Texas.
Why you talk like that?
John? Can I do it one more time? I'm sorry. I gotta have you say your name. I'm welterweight champ Errol Spence Jr. Stephen A. Smith. They're coming for you. I'm gonna knock you out. Let's get the people out of the world-class boxing gym in the background. You guys want to practice one time? Can I get a little quiet on the set, please? Thank you so much. All right, don't forget to say your name. Wait, Tim. I got it, Tim. I got it. Okay, I gotta turn off my ringer.
Errol Spence Jr., welterweight champion of the world. Stephen A. Smith, I'm coming for you to knock you out.
I have one corner for you whenever you try to change. No?
Hey, what's up? What's going on, man? One minute, I'm straight.
As far as profit, obviously, Ugás real quick, and we'll wrap there. I'm here with Derek James, trainer of Unified Champ, Errol the Truth Spence. Ugás is a tough fighter. You're a trainer that studies these guys.
Right.
What challenges does he bring? He's got that Cuban style.
Yeah, he doesn't fight with the Cuban style. He's just from Cuba. He comes very aggressive and tries. He wants to win the fight. He's not going to box you and move around. He's really intelligent.
Yeah.
Really
Everybody smell musty.
I mean, he's a great fighter. He poses a lot of problems for a lot of fighters. If anybody keeps getting better and better, he fight.
What should we expect on Saturday, April 16th at AT&T Stadium?
Fight, and Ugás is going to, the funny thing about it is, like Sean Porter said about Danny Garcia, he said, how is he going to be the first time Errol hits him? Is what Sean Porter said. So I said, how is he going to be the first time Errol really hits him? It's the truth.
You heard it there, Derek James. Thanks, Derek, and best of luck April 16th.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Steve.
You've been living good, man.
Huh?
You've been living good, man. I see them jaws getting little.
Man, everybody's saying that. I need to get in that Errol workout.
You're living good, man. Boxing taking off for real.
Yeah. All right, I'm here with Derek James, man. Talk to us a little about Media Day today. We seen Errol put on a good workout, getting ready for Ugás fight April 16th.
It was good, man. It was good, man. It was good to see everybody out here. He's been pushing himself. He's been working very hard. He's been like 14, 15 rounds. So it's really good, man. Everything is good.
You know, man, I never seen Errol act like that on the bag. It seemed like he was showing, you know, his power, his speed a little bit more.
Over time, think about that. Wasn't a 3-minute round, 15 minutes straight. Not pity patty bag. at least I'm showing an exhibition of his conditioning.
So in this training camp, with that more of the focus on the pressure, showing endurance and strength and power and everything?
I think that it has been, man. I really have big guys, big guys, big fast guys, very strong. Big guys really push him and do it. We know guys can be there. There's nothing that's going to take him away. He's going to be there. He's going to be in the ring. He's not going anywhere. You're going to have to make him quit. Make him, because he's not. Listen, he got escaped 6 times. He got caught. He's a guy with a lot of determination. He have to take the wheel.
I know you study boxing, and what did you study in the Ugás Pacquiao fight?
I really didn't see a martial art. I was there at the fight. I really haven't watched that fight. I think that Pacquiao's a different style, so I've watched other fights of his. But I'll touch a little Pacquiao because he was more aggressive and very dominant, which he was like that with a lot of fighters. But this one, he was sunning him, pushed him around and kind of manhandled him. So there's nothing he's not gonna be able to do that with Errol. So I wouldn't watch. I didn't watch that one in particular. Just a little bit of it. But mostly him fighting other guys.
What were some of those other fights? Was it the Porter fight? Was it
no Porter fight? It was a guy, other left-handed kid from Philly. I forget his name. I mean, it was several fights. I don't remember the opponents. I'm watching him nonstop.
It seemed like a lot of people saying that Spence is different after the car crash, when he had the Danny fight. You've been with him all his career. What do you think? Are they seeing different? Do you see
everybody always see their medical license? That's what they act like. How can they say tell you different? What about him is different? They can't put a pinpoint on or a finger on what exactly is different. So that's the question I want to ask. What is it about him that's different?
To me, he was better in that fight. Right. He was more technical.
Listen, he shut a pound or a top 4 welterweight out. Shut him out. Then went around. Think about that. How do you do that coming off a car accident? Right? Think about it. He shut him out. Nobody ever shut him out. When he fought Sean, when he fought Keith, those are tight decisions.
And you just mentioned Keith. If the Crawford fight doesn't materialize,
we're not worried about the things gonna materialize.
It's gonna materialize. That's what.
He's not gonna step backwards.
That's the goal for the next.
There's no disrespect to Keith Thurman, but he's not that guy yet. Who did he just fight?
Barrios.
Okay, he's not there yet. But he's good though. He's good. I like Mario Barrios also.
And then another one of your world champions in Charlos. He has a big fight with Castaño coming up. Talk to us a little about his preparation. It's a rematch. They got a draw in July. Talk to us what you've been changing to actually get that win.
Keeping him on the situation. The last 4 rounds are going to be the first 4 rounds, first 8 rounds, first 10 rounds. Where he came out like losing. Like you behind. You wrote about what I looked up at the scorecard, and it was really subjective because it was a Showtime analyst. And they said what they said. I said, man, listen, they got you behind. You picked it up, so you're going to go out and then they got you behind.
So we started in 13th round next fight.
That's right, 13th round, he's on it. And you see the last 4 rounds, how he was trying to survive.
And a few more for me. We got Broly versus Tank in May. Who you got in that fight?
I'm a Gervonta Davis fan. And I think Gervonta's the guy.
The guy at 135?
And I'm not saying that. I'm just saying because I have 135. I think he's the guy. That no, I think he's the guy at 135. Listen, man, you think about this. Out of 4 or 5 fighters in the world, you got 4 or 5 fighters in the world who make their money. You see what I'm saying? All the other fighters who think they're popping, they get paid. His pay-per-view sale, Canelo pay-per-view sale, Errol pay-per-view sale, Tyson Fury pay-per-view sale, Anthony Johnson pay-per-view. There's 5 people in the world who make their own money. Understand? Not get paid. And that's the difference. Gervonta Davis is one of those guys.
Speaking about his star power, you just mentioned that this might be his last fight with Mayweather Promotions. Do you think he should be on his own VP since he does generate those sales and he doesn't really need a traditional promoter?
I think it's up to him, man. I mean, I can't make a judgment on what he wants to do. I want him to be happy. If that's the case, do that. If it's not, hey, I understand.
And the last one for me, Canelo versus Bivol. Who do you got in that fight?
I just want to see a good fight. I'm a fan of boxing. I want to see a really good competitive fight.
Thank you so much, Derek, man.
No doubt. You're killing it out there, man.